MEO Rip Curl Pro Portugal, and we have the pride of Portugal out in the water. Frederico Morais. Kikas is going to be out in the blue jersey versus the Californian Connor Coffin.
You talk about what the opportunities are here at Super Tubos today, and sometimes it's this. On the bigger set waves, drives into this barrel. Looks like it's going to be a massive one. But with that tide, it fills up with water, goes into deepness, and that fill up gives him absolutely no exit. So, yeah, he's having a good time.
Yep, laughing at vegan cats with Joe Rogan. Here we go with Connor Coffin with the rail game that we're used to for the Santa Barbarian, and not able to finish off there, but a couple of nice carves to start.
Felt like he lost a little focus on that final move. He didn't really super commit to it. He just kind of placed it up there, and that backwash grabbed a hold of him, a lot the wind too. You know, you've got all of that kind of elements happening, especially on the inside section. That's where you start to see the backwash really affect the wave. If you look at what we saw on that current weather, it's forecast to be more north. It's just kind of more side off, but yeah, it's turned to the east a little bit more, which is even better. It's more straight offshore, but it's definitely going to be playing more of a havoc on this wave because it's blowing straight up the face. And rather than going down the line with the surfer, it's more straight up. So it's going to hang you up in the pocket because of that wind. You've got these boards that, you know, they catch the wind. He's right there. You see that little burp of backwash, and then again here, gets stuck up in the top with that burp and goes down. The low tide this morning is about 5 foot to an 8 foot tide, so it's not a huge tide difference, but on beach breaks it starts to make a difference in a little bit of consistency and so forth.
Clawing into this one, and it closes out down the line. Connor Coffin, an illustration of some of the challenges with these stiff offshore breezes just to get into the wave. He really had to claw into that wave, Peter. Pull away shot here shows the beautiful beach, and you can explain a little bit, Peter, about the bathymetry that creates these waves here at Super Tubos. We'll get back to oceanography after we see Kikish looking for a barrel. Frederico in the barrel and finds an exit, and the crowd loves it.
You look at the scores that are already on the board, nothing of real significance. So this will be the first score here for Frederico. Both his waves, he's been hunting the barrel. That one there, he was able to get the exit, so he'll get the points for it. Sets it up, he knows it's going to shut down quickly, so he pumps into this one, goes deep and comes out of it. The nice read too, because had he not had that extra speed, he wouldn't have been able to go out in the low road and have it be a completed barrel. So nice work there for Frederico on the read of this wave, and this will be the best number of the heat. See how he sets it up, pumps up into it, stays high on the wall, and then those quick little pumps gives him that extra squirt of speed, puts that water through the concave, and he's able to get the exit.
Meaty wave and a 3.93 for that quick barrel, and the lead for Frederico Morais.
But the canyon feeds all the way out.
And that canyon produces crunchy beach breaks like this, and Frederico Morais crunching into the lip for a finish, looking to get rid of his 1.4 that he has in his score line. Looking like he got the job.
Deep water is what allows swell energy to feed through, so it doesn't get affected by the bottom. As soon as the swell goes over shallow water, it loses energy. So you want it to have deep water out front, like all those most special spots. As we look at the backup wave here, Frederico quickly backing up the 393. You know, I think he in his mind probably thought that wave was of the barrel was going to be a little higher. And the paddle outs, you know, it's going to be a fatiguing day. You know, during your half-hour heat, you gotta be on point. You don't want to be able to have the ocean cooperate with you as you watch this replay here. One big section, so he's just the one move, the big layback snap right underneath the hood.
Break, we were waiting for a score. The score came in at 4.57 for Connor Coffin. We got live action here with Frederico Morais, our current heat leader, hooking a couple of turns down the line, and a great finish for Kikas.
Well, these surfers both taking advantage of all the waves, not being picky, and I like that. Good action. As we watch the replay here, right-hander, open face, beautiful first snap. You see the ribs and the backwash with this fuller tide, but he did well, timed and placed his maneuvers right in the right spot for another mid-range score. he's a prime example. You watch him in the heat, it's very rare that you see him kind of showcase any kind of emotion. It always seems like he's just like, oh, it's okay. He falls, it's right back to the next decision to win the heat.
Morais working down the line, not much more on offer, so he kicks out. In his younger years and building like sand castles and stuff and playing in the sand with his jersey on before his heat, just freed up and going out there and winning.
Well, I think
qualifying series event there.
That's the bonus of being at home, right? Is that that's what he did his whole life.
Beautiful arc to open up. Connor Coffin off the bottom again, and a second steering turn, keeping that board on rail. Little check turn there, building up some speed, back up in the lip, floats it through that section. Coffin wanting more, and the closer is not going to give it to him, but some dynamic surf.
Tough to hear. As we see this wave of Connor, and this is his beautiful two-turn arcs that he is so comfortable doing and just has so much style doing it, and flow. Nope.
Frederico winding through some action, Pete.
There's that tag in the end, right back into a combo of two turns, and he can't hear whatever you're trying to do to read that.
Look at this slow-mo, and you can see the technique.
Yeah, he tags it there, and again, that's so tough to do, to be able to know that there's going to be another final section there.
Looking forward to that, but that's at the end of the year, the third jewel of the Vans Triple Crown at the Pipe Masters. Connor Coffin throws the tail, trying to throw a little flare for that 5.51, but is unable to pull off that maneuver.
There's some whistles. Someone sees something on the outside for Frederico, and he's gonna, he takes it. Oh gosh, how was that, cat and mouse?
Connor Coffin, big opportunity up in the lip, and is not able to execute on that giant opportunity given to him by Frederico Morais. That
was
could have
crazy.
turned the heat right there.
And you know what, though? I think if you understand what the decision that has to go into that with 2 minutes to go, Frederico had to analyze that wave. He knew it was a major set wave, but he saw that it tapered off pretty quickly and it wasn't going to be a huge barrel, and he had to make that decision almost like he questioned it in his head a couple times before he finally made the call, and he let him go. I think you're right, and I know that the priority judge's job is so important.
The beach erupts. You know why? Because Portugal's Frederico Morais moving on into the next round. Coming up, round one rematch. Michel Borez goes against Michael Rodriguez. We're bringing in Joe and Potts to talk you through it.